We're living in what some might describe as sort of a golden age of television. One TV writer recently commented that for the first time I've begun to feel like there may, in fact, be too much good TV, if that were possible. From Game of Thrones to House of Cards and so many other programs across so many television networks and so many different platforms, the quantity and quality of programming content may well be greater today than it ever has been in the past or ever could have been predicted. The creativity, however, is not limited to content creators. Networks and distributors are also innovating to allow consumers new and unprecedented access to their content of choice. No longer are consumers limited to whatever bundle their local cable operator might have put together for them. Dish, Sony, and DirecTV all offer cable bundles allowing consumers to stream live television over the internet. Netflix, Amazon, HBO, CBS, among others, allow consumers to purchase programming directly. And more innovation is on the horizon and coming at us very quickly. As many industry participants expect 5G wireless technology to provide even more competition to broadband and landline cable, opening up even more possibilities to content creators and to distributors. This brings us to the very reason why we're here today, to discuss the proposed acquisition of Time Warner by AT&T and ensuring this flourishing marketplace for creative content retains its vibrancy regardless of the outcome of this proposed acquisition. AT&T is the second largest wireless carrier in the United States, and through its DirecTV and U-verse subsidiaries, the largest U.S. cable or satellite provider. Time Warner is currently the world's third largest television network and filmed TV entertainment company. In late October, AT&T announced that it reached a deal to purchase Time Warner for $85 billion. The proposed transaction would combine AT&T's millions of wireless and paid television subscribers with Time Warner's media lineup, which includes CNN, TNT, HBO, and Warner Brothers Film and Television Studio. Now, the companies claim that this acquisition will result in significant benefits for consumers. The combined company will provide a, quote, stronger competitive alternative to cable and other video providers, and, quote, better value, more choices, and an enhanced customer experience for over-the-top and mobile viewing. Additionally, by controlling the customer experience from content creation through distribution, the combined company says it'll be able to innovate its advertising practices and introduce customized or targeted advertising, providing both an improved customer experience and a significant competitor to digital advertising giants like Google and Facebook. This transaction involves no horizontal overlaps. However, if this fact ended the antitrust analysis, then this would be a very Seinfeldian hearing, a hearing about nothing. Although vertical deals typically raise fewer concerns than do their horizontal counterparts, such deals nevertheless may still tend to substantially lessen competition. The key analysis takes place, of course, under the Clayton Act. The principal concern with vertical integration is foreclosure or denying access of competing firms to suppliers and customers. A key question thus becomes, what will the incentives and opportunities be for the combined firm after the transaction takes place? Many critics of the deal have posited that all sorts of potential anti-competitive abuses may take place, and that the combination of AT&T and Time Warner could create. AT&T could increase the price of or reduce access to Time Warner content to rival television distributors, thereby not only raising its rivals' costs, but also making its DirecTV products appear more attractive to consumers. This risk is particularly acute in the nascent online video services market. Over the past few years, we've seen the development of products like Sling, and like PlayStation View, which allow customers to watch a live stream of cable channels via their internet connection. And DirecTV has just begun its own similar service called DirecTV Now. AT&T's ownership of HBO, CNN, and the other must-have television products of Time Warner could give DirecTV Now a significant competitive advantage over its competitors. AT&T's ownership of these channels could also potentially force DirecTV's rivals into a Hobson's choice of higher prices or limited Time Warner content, knowing that many customers would migrate to DirecTV if its rivals refuse to pay the higher Time Warner prices that they would have to pay in that circumstance. The potential anti-competitive favoritism that the combined firm could bestow on its own products is not limited to price or access, but extends to the quality of the offerings as well. And it's here that we get to the siren song of zero rating, whereby a wireless or broadband distributor excludes particular data from counting towards its customers' data consumption caps. Now, on its face, zero rating appears to be customer-friendly. The content is free for subscribers and helps them to avoid having to pay overage when they exceed the applicable data caps. However, critics argue that zero rating transforms internet service providers or wireless carriers from, quote, relatively neutral conduits into gatekeepers. The FCC recently expressed concern that AT&T's zero rating practices, quote, may obstruct competition and harm consumers by constraining their ability to access existing and future mobile services not affiliated with AT&T. Now, critics say that such concerns would only be exacerbated if AT&T were able to bring Time Warner content under its fold and under its ownership. However, as the FCC letter itself illustrates, in regard to this merger, we also have a regulatory framework that's designed at least to minimize, if not to eliminate, many of the posited anti-competitive concerns that have been expressed. The issues raised by this deal are complicated, and like most antitrust analysis, particularly most antitrust analysis in a deal that's this big and that's this complex, they're necessarily very fact-intensive. The focus of the analysis should remain on maximizing consumer welfare, and consumer welfare is in turn maximized when we focus on protecting competition rather than protecting individual competitors from competition. While the final determination regarding the competitive impact of the deal will be made by the Department of Justice, I believe we can make a valuable contribution to the conversation today by closely examining the questions raised by this unique and significant transaction. I look forward to hearing from and engaging with our uniquely talented and capable panel of witnesses today and covering any issues that might come up. Senator Klobuchar will now give her